Ever wonder what makes a whistle whistle? It turns out it comes down to 3 key things. The puff of air that's blown into the whistle, the pea inside the barrel, and the slot on top of the mouthpiece. The air travels up the mouthpiece until the sharp edge of the slot slices it in 2. The top of the current peels away from the slot, generating sound waves above the whistle, while the bottom part flows into the barrel where it swirls around the curved walls to tumble the pea, and then releases back out of the slot to amplify the sound waves above. The tumbling pea disrupts the airflow, giving the whistle its distinctive warble. But surprisingly, the pea doesn't go in until the entire whistle is assembled. Like many musical instruments, these whistles get their sound from high-grade brass. That's because this type of brass is easily shaped, and it vibrates in such a way that it creates a high-pitched sound. A brass coil feeds into a 39-ton press that punches out forms that look like a square with mouse ears. This forms the top part of the whistle. The tops stack into another press that folds down the ears to form the sides of the whistle barrel. At the same time, the press stamps out a dimple onto the mouthpiece, something for the lips to grip when the whistle is blown. To make the bottom of the whistle, another coil of brass feeds into a press that does double duty. First, the press cuts notches that will lock the bottom to the top of the whistle. And second, it begins rounding the bottom piece into the barrel. The whistle bottoms stack in another machine that uses 20 tons of pressure to curl the brass into a fully rounded barrel. The top and bottom pieces snap together, and the space between the barrel and the top of the mouthpiece forms the slot that slits the air current to create the whistle sound. A conveyor takes the whistles to a rotating soldering table. A robot places a tip that will attach to a keychain in a soldering pocket. A dab of soldering paste squirts onto the tip. Then a robotic arm attaches a whistle. Paste injects inside the whistle to fill the seams. But it takes a hot flame that shoots through the whistle to melt the solder. A blast of cold air instantly solidifies the solder. Then for the polish, the whistles dump into a giant washer full of 500 pounds of hard plastic pellets. As the machine vibrates, the pellets act like sandpaper and use soapy water to scrub off excess solder while smoothing and buffing the edges. In 10 hours, this tumbler can clean and shine 4,000 whistles. And it's not until the whistles are fully polished that the balls go inside. The balls, made of synthetic cork, load into a machine that forces them through the vent and into the whistle. We remove the side of the whistle to reveal how the ball is squeezed so it will fit through the vent. Here's a look at it again in slow motion. Once inside, the ball bounces back into shape so it can never fall out. And unlike natural cork, synthetic cork doesn't absorb moisture, crumble, or clog up a whistle. So this whistle will produce a sound that can be heard up to a half a mile away, whenever it's blown.